secular, non-nuclear regime in Iran, and the mullahs have been doing everything they can to press the Iraqis to stamp them out and wipe them out. And when we invaded Iraq in 2003, we disarmed them. They disarmed voluntarily. We disarmed them. We guaranteed that they would be treated as protected persons under the Fourth Geneva Convention, but we've since pulled out, and they're being attacked by the Iraqis at the behest of Iran. They've provided substantial information to the United States on the nuclear program in Iran, and the Iranians really want to stamp them out.
Now, for people who are watching who may have heard of this group, they're MEK. And they may say, well, wait a minute, weren't they originally aligned with Saddam Hussein against Iran during the Iraq-Iran war? What changed about this group?
Well, they were aligned with Saddam Hussein because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, particularly in that part of the world, and so they aligned for that reason. But they have been taken off any terror list in the United States. They were forced to be taken off by a court because there was no evidence that they are a terrorist group. And they have gotten the support of people ranging from Howard Dean on the left to John Bolton on the right. And you can't really span it much further than that. I've worked with them and for them and tried to help them out.
You know, it's interesting, as we're looking at Americans caught up in an attack tonight, I've heard you say, Judge, that it's very important that we make sure that we're friendly to the people we call friends. And this MEK group is someone, or a group that you say that we are calling our friends at this point. Something's happened, though. There's been a massacre on them. 52 Iranian exiles killed inside a camp in Iraq. They had ID badges that you brought me pictures of that we actually gave them.
At the time that we disarmed them in 2003, we gave them these ID badges. They were helping us. They were helping our troops in Iraq. They were providing us with information and still provide us with information based on their contacts in Iran about what's going on in that country. And now we've left them, regrettably, high and dry.
And that was just on September 1st. I want to talk to you now about the timing of where we are in history. President Obama said to have exchanged letters with this current Iranian president, Rouhani, the new president there. What cautionary tale do you think we can take in terms of those men potentially meeting, because they're talking about meeting here, when the United Nations General Assembly convenes next week? No doubt the killing of these Iranian exiles, the people that we call our friends now, should that come up in the conversation? Absolutely.
I think that is actually related to the sort of smiley offensive that the Iranians have taken. Because I think they want to tamp down this group and prevent them from providing us with the kind of information that might disclose that they were cheating on any agreement that they make with the United States. Understand that Rouhani does not control their nuclear program. He doesn't have that portfolio. Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader, has that portfolio. And Rouhani is just the smiley face on the regime. Ahmadinejad was the scary face before. But the face underneath the mask is the same, and it's Khamenei. He's the guy who's running the show. He's the guy who's calling the shots. So regardless of who's doing the talking, whether it's Rouhani or Ahmadinejad, the face under the mask is the same.
So what can be accomplished with our president meeting with their president, then?
What can be accomplished is to test them and to try to see how far we can actually push them, but it has to be verified. And we have to be aware of what progress they're actually making. You know, Rouhani boasted that he was able to sweet-talk the Europeans while he was talking to them while Iran completed one of its enrichment facilities. He's boasted about that on the Internet. So this is a guy who likes to talk one thing and do another.
And it's the specifics of those nuclear programs that you're talking about that this group MEK has been able to help us with their intelligence. Real quickly, bottom line, what should we do as a nation in response to the killing of these members that had U.S. badges given to them in protection inside Iraq?
I think we ought to get them out of there. We could take them any place. There's no need to necessarily settle them in the United States, although I would welcome having them as my neighbors. But at least get them out of harm's way. We owe them at least that.
Yeah. People who've helped us in the past. There's that Pakistani doctor who helped us get Osama bin Laden.
Right.
Our friends, as you call, we have to make sure we take care of them. Judge Mukasey, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your time.